stay the land, stay the land. Stay in the stay in the stay in the stay in the stay the land, stay the land. Ha 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 ha. Stay the land, stay the land. Ha 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 ha. Stay the land. You win the best of the best. You win me. Now I stand, no, you win me. Now I stand in line. So I'm by no, now I stand, you win me. Stand in line. Say another day, another day, another day. Stay the land, stay the land. Stay the land, stay the land. Stay the land. You will mess it, you will not. The wasted, you won't the wasted. Come on, the best in the best line. The one man, come on, the best in you won't stay the line. American, stay land, stay the land, stay the land. Stay the land, stay the land. Stay the land. You will make it.
Undeclared SWICcess.
Yep.
We're staying alive.
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
Did you like that?
Yeah.
You know what's funny about that video is that his face looks just like the ground. That
That's really accurate.
yeah, so we'll explain to you this video is old man sitting on a rock in the middle of a desert.
This is Marcella and Weston.
Yeah, you might know us from 410, but
Fired up.
we wanted to make a new podcast because Bones Jones is not here anymore, so this is the idea that we had originally when we wanted to do podcasts, like, 2 years ago when we met in film class. So
Yeah.
that's the name we came up with then, and we're going to do it now.
Yeah. Because it was a really good name.
It was a really good name.
You know, it's funny. I never actually thought that would happen because we were in film class and I didn't do, I hadn't been in the studio yet. Like, we weren't fucking with this. We cuss, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, good, because I started with fuck, so I think that's a good icebreaker. Yeah, it's amazing to me that, we had that idea.
Yeah.
And we didn't think it was going to, happen. But, I didn't think it was going to happen. It was just, a funny thing that we talked about. We're like, yeah, that'd be so cool.
Think about it. We had a friend in the car when we came up with this name named Tori.
Tori.
And I hope she's not mad that I never even told her that we were doing this. But that's funny.
Well, maybe she'll come on the show.
Yeah, she definitely could.
She's probably way too busy taking her cool pictures and living life with her.
You will invest in it.
Honestly, I feel a connection to this man's soul because that's how, when I don't know the words, that's how my head goes through a song. Yeah, you just go with the.
He has Ray-Bans on.
Like name brand
Those
Ray-Bans?
say Ray-Bans.
Where did he get them from? Is that a cigarette in the front pocket of a shirt?
I think that's a pin. He has a pin in his.
A necklace on a leather, a black leather.
He's wearing a basketball. He's very tan. He's probably been outside for a very long time.
Oh yeah, singing that song.
Now,
he's staying alive up there on that mountain.
How many teeth do you think he has?
Well, I can see 3.
You know what's funny is that he has a lot of videos on to add on to, so I feel like he does this.
Oh my god!
Often.
I
love this part here.
I love that he was so serious with his glasses on, and then he takes them off, and he's like,
he looks like a completely different person with his sunglasses on.
Yeah.
He looks like he's just an old grandpa, but then he takes them off, and it's like homeless, completely, immediately homeless.
Homeless completely.
His name, I guess his name's Omar. Let's see what this one is.
Stay the line. Stay the line. Stay the line.
Wait. Okay, I feel like and now I feel a little bit bad because I hope that he is not like, I hope he's competent in all the ways that a human being needs to live their happy lives. Because he, to me, reminds me of, like, he is probably... Because, look, that doesn't have that many views. So he's probably, like, some town person somewhere, and everybody knows this guy. Because that looked like a Snapchat video or something.
That's just Omar.
It's just Omar! And they go up to him and, like, Omar, oh my God, sing the song. And they, like, maybe that's what it is. Is that him? They're not English.
Oh, no. You think he was?
I wasn't sure.
He's always singing Staying Alive. All these videos are all Staying
What if
Alive.
he's got, like, I just hope that we're not laughing at a guy who, I hate to bring that tone to it. And, I'm probably, that's just me being dark and twisted and thinking that.
You know where you'd probably see this guy at? On the streets of New York City.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw some characters in New York. I went to New York.
Emmy Miller just got back from New York a little bit ago.
God. Stop. The only time you've ever called me Emmy is when I introduced myself.
I had to think about it. Like, I had to, like, really think about what I'm going to say. And when it came to that name.
But it sounded like it flowed out naturally, which is really annoying to me because I introduced myself as Marcella here. So.
No, that's whatever.
And then now my Instagram is Mars. Because a coworker called me Mars. Because she said she knew someone named Marcella who went by Mars. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Oh. I never even thought of that.
Me either. Like, that's a really cool nickname. Yeah. I don't know if I'm cool enough for it, though. Probably not.
Probably not. Talk about New York.
New York was amazing.
Yeah.
I went to my first sex shop.
A good place, I guess, in New York City.
Right when it was about to close, we were walking back to our hotel. And, we just, like, hopped in, hopped out, checked it out.
Was it
went
big?
around the block.
Did you buy anything?
I saw... Is this too inappropriate to talk about?
What?
The huge 15-inch dildo.
Mm-hmm. Veiny.
It was. And I took a picture of it, and then I sent it. The whole time I was talking to my mom and my sisters, like, on a group chat, and I sent them that photo, and I said, I bought this in New York. And they're like, no, you didn't. I'm like, you're right. I don't know how a human being can put that in their body.
Do you think people actually buy it?
For,
like,
do.
pleasure, not for, like, a joke to give to someone because they think it's funny?
I feel like there's more joke gifts bought than there are pleasure gifts. Mm-hmm. But, I'm not surprised. Like, I guess I'm not surprised anymore. The older I get, I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
Do you think you want to go back to one now in St. Louis and try to, like see which ones are better?
Well, I didn't, check out the quality. I was too embarrassed. Because the guy was, not behind a counter. He was standing there as I walked down these stairs. And then, turned and went in. And everything's, underground.
What was the place called?
Don't even know. I don't know. I didn't even notice it was there. The people I was with were like, hey, because I had mentioned.
What time was it?
Probably close to midnight, if not midnight.
Okay.
Yeah. That wasn't the only part in New York. I feel really bad that that's the first thing that I mentioned instead of the trophy that I got for Blue Storm Radio.
Yeah, you were actually there for a reason. This wasn't even a vacation, technically.
Yeah, I was there, and thanks to Shell and Gypsy from Girl Talk on Blue Storm Radio, we all went, and it was amazing. I never ever thought that I would be able to go to New York, because I grew up in small town outside of St. Louis, but I never even really went to St. Louis. Yeah. But I always wanted to go out that way, and it never seemed like it would be possible.
And it's really awesome that SWIC, the school that we attend, won 6 awards.
Yeah.
They're all right here.
Yeah.
Best
they're
newscast, best innovative
in our
program,
awesome studio.
Best staff.
Well, those are finalists.
But still, I mean,
out of NYU had submissions. Yeah. The school I almost went to, Stony Brook, had submissions. Places from all over the country.
University of Tennessee, University of Virginia.
Yeah, big schools.
And they have schools have FM stations.
Yes, that have and we're a small station. They won an award last year I believe, for a radio drama, and then so our teacher supervisor incredible master and reason that we are able to do everything that we do, Mac Chamblin, wanted to submit more stuff and submitted a bunch of stuff. And the only reason I got to go, it wasn't anything 410, because 410 stuff was submitted, but he wants to like resubmit it next year and stuff because he, you know, he's the best. So, but they submitted a bunch of stuff that we had, and that was for like a group project that I like kind of put together. Like I had to do it for class, and I had other members and like other people's voices are on it, but I kind of had the production knowledge and the history with that kind of thing to make it sound real and nice and awesome. And so they submitted it, and I don't know what anybody else's sounded like. Ours was a class project, and
yeah, I wonder who judges all those. There's like there's 7,000 entries. Like
yeah, there's a panel of people that listen to everything, and the guy even said, and like that's why we all have trophies. He's like, you, even if you don't win, like you were picked out of a lot of. Yeah. There were some categories where there were only a couple entries, or like it was one entry, and then they won the trophy for best. But for all the other stuff, there's thousands of submissions that they go through. Yeah. So it was really awesome. And there was like a conference there where you could like take classes. I would probably actually call them seminars, and learn about all kinds of stuff about radio. I took a class called Writing for Late Night TV and Comedy.
That's awesome.
By this guy who worked for like 6 years on Late Show with David Letterman, and then went to Jay Leno for a few years, and then went to the other David Letterman show. So he, like, this guy's been in the business. He wrote for Monk a couple times, and I bought his book too. He like had a nice book that I'm reading through right now, because I love, like, I never thought to like pursue writing, but I think I actually would love to like develop that, because I used to write a lot in high school. So I was like, yeah, I want to buy this book. And I love late night comedy shows, because I never knew why, but I like them. It's cool.
They're like easy, Yeah. Nothing crazy is happening.
Yeah, it's comedy. I'm starting to realize how much I really love comedy.
There's never going to be anything like worrisome, talked about for the most part.
Yeah.
I have a friend who's at Second City right now, and he's got friends at the film school, like the Harold Ramis Film School there. He graduates in May, and I helped him on his final project like 2 weekends ago. I did sound for it, and he was talking to me about, like, because he has to write scripts like every day, like he's hundreds of comedy scripts. And it's crazy that, like, I've tried to sit down and I have ideas, but it's so hard to write down ideas. And like we've even talked about, because I want to do stand up. And we talked about, like, it's hard to even write 4 minutes of a joke.
Let's start a stand-up career. Like, we'll do it together, and we'll be like Dana Carvey, or like all those people that like
Dana Carvey.
All those famous people that like were friends and all became famous together.
Yeah, like
that's something I want to try too.
Oh my god! I just heard an interview with Jay Chan, something like that. Something very, it's like Indian, and like it's hard to pronounce. But he was in Broken Lizard, who did Super Troopers. Super Troopers or anything Broken Lizard's ever done, Club Dread, Beer Fest. They're very famous, funny movies. But there were 5 friends from a fraternity in college, and they wrote a script, and it happened to be made.
Wow.
Yeah, and now they're famous. They've had hundreds of movies, not hundreds of movies, but a good chunk of movies. One's a director. He's directed like hundreds of episodes of shows on TV, and the Super Troopers 2 comes out in April.
Wow.
They crowdfunded the movie, and they made like $2 million in like 10 hours.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
People, they want to see it. Yeah, and that's awesome. I think that's like a dream,
Yeah.
To just be a group of friends and who think that they're funny, and then they make a movie and it's funny, and then
yeah, and other people think it's funny. And I think it's nice too for the creator that other people, because like you make stuff for you, but but then you share it with other people. You want people to connect with it, and that's nice.
And like he was talking about how he's like, this movie came out, they didn't think it was going to do anything. Fox barely like gave him the green light, and then a month later he was like hanging out with Johnny Knoxville, and and people were calling, like Sean Penn was calling him to tell him, hey man, your movie's really funny. Adam Sandler called him to say, hey, I watched your movie, I loved it. That's like, that would be like, I don't even know if I could take that. Like it would be too much at one time.
But then once you start doing that, you can't stop, because you would lose that momentum, and then you have to be prepared for it.
So they're just spitting out movies, and it's awesome.
That's awesome.
And that's all they do. And they all 5 of them star in those movies that they're in.
That's cool.
Yeah, they always are in their own movies, and And that's the best part, because then you can write characters for you. You know exactly what you want to do. You don't have to worry about having someone else portray it. So
yeah,
it's a lot of fun.
You can write your own jokes. You know exactly how they're going to be said, and you say them. Yeah.
You can improvise and just have fun because you're with your friends.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of also funny people, we in New York met some SNL cast members, which was the highlight of my trip, because it was so, like, I wish I could explain the way that I experienced life in that moment, because I had wanted to go just see the Rockefeller Building while we were in New York.
Which is amazing. Which is awesome to
cool.
see in person. Yeah.
And, like, we didn't get to do much because we went late at night, but I had wanted, and we had to go to the conference, so, like, we had things that we had to do during the day.
How many days were you there?
Like 3. We left the 28th. We arrived in New York on the 1st, and then we left on, like, the 4th, maybe. Okay. I just wanted to see that building, and we don't have enough time in the day to, like, do everything that we want to do, and we didn't even get to do that much touristy stuff. So the whole time I'm like, I just want to see this building because I love SNL so much. I think that's I don't know. Yeah. That's not my, like, plan for the next year, but I think that I might want to try to, like, pursue stuff in that area because I think it's brilliant, and I would love to be a part of that show. And so I just wanted to, be there. And Jimmy Fallon, I'm obsessed with Jimmy Fallon. So
it's all done right there.
I just want to see that building. And we, like, didn't get to go the days that, like, I wanted to go. And then it's the night of the awards, and me, Shell, and Mac are in the bar. We got, like, a complimentary drink thing. Like, we could have a free drink.
Martini?
I had a wine. We had wine.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I think he had a beer, and we had wine. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be divulging this information, but who cares? I'm 21. I'm newly 21. It's fun. So yeah, we just, like, talked about the trip and about the station and everything. And it was lovely. And I wasn't sure how late we were going to stay out that night because I'm 21, yes, but Michelle is an adult and she's not going to want to stay out as late as I would want to. And she has her daughter with her who's like 15 or 16 or something. Sorry, Savannah, if you hear this, I forgot how old you are, but so
at least you know her name.
Yeah. And so I'm like, I just want to see this building. I didn't know if we were going to get there. And, like, we ended up eating, like, appetizers during our conversation. And I loved it. It was a great conversation. But at the same time, I'm like, I just want to, just the one thing that I want to do is just see this building. And so we wrap up dinner. It's a great time. And then we, like, leave to walk around. And we, like, did other stuff before we got to the Rockefeller Building. And then we like, came around from one side, and it wasn't the cool side, I would say. And then we walked around, and I saw the ice rink, and I'm like, oh, I want to go check out the ice rink. Yeah. And I'm like, I saw, like, if you saw it, you would know. If you don't know what I'm talking about, but you would know.
Have been filmed.
Movies, they all, like, just things on, like, NBC. They film there all the time. You would know it. And then I'm like, oh, what's this over here? And then realized that it was the other side of Rockefeller. And so we walk around the corner and we see a group of people. And having been a band groupie, I know exactly what's happening. I'm like, these people are waiting for somebody important. And then there's, like, some cops around, and then they put up these barricades as we walk up to the door of 30 Rock. And I'm like, ah! Like, instantly, I'm like, if I'm about to meet, I didn't know what was happening. I thought maybe
you're gonna meet someone. Because you know who it was gonna be, but you're gonna meet someone.
It was Saturday night. Like, it was Saturday night. It was probably, like, around midnight.
Yeah, after the show
like,
would be done.
It was after midnight. It was like 12:45 maybe, and they put these barricades up, and I'm like, oh my god. So we, like, stand there, wait. It's cold. Actually, I wasn't cold. I was dressed warm, but they were not dressed as warm as I was. So I was fine. They were really cold. And we waited for an hour, and the side that it was really funny because this group of people that were there first were, like, on the opposite side of the door, and then we were on this side, and the police put the barricades up, and then they pushed their side back for whatever reason. Yeah. And our side, like, was super close. So we wait. for like an hour, maybe an hour and a half. And the first person that walks out is Heidi Gardner, she's one of the new girls. And then I don't remember everybody who came out. We saw Melissa Villaseñor. I told her I liked her haircut, and she said, "Oh, thanks." And they were like just getting in their cars because they all have drivers, and like their friends come out. They're like, "Yeah, there's 5 of us," and there's like a guy that's like got a thing, and like to make sure we're not, mugging them, all that stuff. And so like a couple of them are coming out. Alex Moffat came out and took pictures.
Who did you all meet?
I met not those people. Nope. No, I wish.
We have a list of members. I'm trying to figure out.
None of the really big people who have been there for a while.
I would love if you met Pete Davidson.
I know. I love Pete.
Yeah.
I met Leslie Jones.
Okay.
I got a picture with her. She made fun of me because I was recording it on my phone because I thought if I don't want the picture to be blurry, so I'll just take a video of it and then like screenshot it. I got a picture and a video in one. Boom.
That's pretty smart.
Brilliant idea.
That, yeah.
And I wanted it to look good and not be shitty front camera quality, so it was my back camera. And so I'm holding it out like this, and she is a very tall woman and shrinks down to 4'10" size. And I'm like holding it out, and I'm like, I hope I got you in it. She's like, what are you doing? Don't you know how to take a selfie? And like, it was just so funny.
That's fun.
Like,
It's cool that you like. She's a big one.
Yeah, and she is. Yeah, she is.
She's 50.
She don't look 50. She looks really good.
That's pretty crazy. She's coming to St. Louis.
That's cool. I love her. She's so funny.
Yeah, she's doing something in St. Louis.
She was really awesome. Yeah, and everybody that came out was nice. Like, nobody was rude. We saw Luke Null. He didn't take any pictures with anybody, which he's new, so I really wouldn't imagine that he would. Heidi Gardner.
April 27th.
Okay.
She's doing stand-up here.
That's so cool.
Yeah, at Umsel.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll try to go. Didn't see
Kyle
him.
Mooney.
No, I don't. She's not on the show anymore. I saw Mikey Day and Alex Moffat. They do Eric and Donald Trump.
Okay. Yeah.
I
know I've seen those.
Yeah. I saw her. Told her she had cute hair. And then Chris Red.
I don't know who that is.
Chris Red came out. He's from St. Louis, and I did a video, and he knew it was a video because I'm like, maybe it was on front camera. Hell, I don't remember.
Oh, he played
Dank on Disjointed.
No.
Which is what I know him from, and he's
Hold
good.
on. He played Hunter the Hungry in Popstar. He was like,
oh yeah, never stopping.
Yeah, have you seen that?
No, but I want to.
Actually, it's pretty good. I don't like Andy Samberg movies that much, but that was really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I meant to watch that one. I never got to.
I know that guy movie he was really funny in that.
He is brilliant. Have you seen Disjointed yet on Netflix?
I don't even know what that is.
They did. It's with Kathy Bates, Chris Red, and a couple other people they're new. Like pretty much everybody's new, but Kathy Bates is in it. Kathy Bates.
On February 14, 2018, Netflix canceled the series after 1 season.
Yeah. No, there's 2.
After 1 season.
Oh, I'm telling you that I watched a second season.
I've seen this.
Which sucks. I don't know why it got canceled because I thought it was so funny. I thought it was new and innovative. They did like segments, because it's a dispensary, and then they do these segments like their YouTube videos. Like, it was just a really cool way that they like brought in other media and brought in pop culture. And it's this show, like it wasn't like the best show you've ever seen in your whole life, and it's so emotionally riveting, but it was funny and hilarious. Like, I think both seasons had like 10 episodes.
I'm pretty sure it only has 1 season, dude. It has number of seasons 1, number of episodes 20.
Okay, so then they released it like 10 and 10.
10 and 10.
So, yeah, he played Dank, and his girlfriend was Dabby.
Dankerson.
Seriously, Google a picture of Dank and Dabby Disjointed, and it's like the funniest, most perfect.
Dabby?
Dank and Dabby. It's the most perfect combination of 2 people. Like, you would think, like, that looks like a couple that everybody knows that smokes weed together all the time.
That looks like, is it a girl?
Yes. Yeah.
That looks like Jack Black.
Yeah, she does, kind of, yeah. No, she's hilarious. Them 2 together, oh my God. It's fucking too funny. Like, too funny.
Too funny. You couldn't even take it.
Like, honestly.
Neither could Netflix. They only had 1 season. They couldn't take it.
It's good. My parents watched it and they thought it was funny too. I really liked it. Anyway, Chris Red is super talented. He's hilarious, and he's one of the newer people who have really like.
Yeah, he's
I've
only
noticed
been on for
they've
a
been.
season.
Yeah, and they've been putting him in more and more sketches.
You know how that works on there? You know how that works?
Are you about to
SNL?
tell me, or are you asking?
Yeah, no, I'm going to tell you. I didn't know if you knew how it works.
I mean, they pitch sketches.
Yeah, to be in a sketch, usually you wrote that sketch.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. I thought like they had writers and they pick, oh, you think you'd be good and you'd be good.
I do. I think they do, but they have. I think they have like they.
But
pitch
if you wrote
ideas.
that sketch, you're definitely in that sketch, for the most part. That's pretty cool. And if you don't write a sketch, then.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you have to come up with ideas, but like if they don't like it, then.
I was watching and like that. They seem like stressed the hell out during like while the season's on. Like they're up all night for a week week, like writing material. It seems pretty crazy.
Yeah, but in high school I did an event called radio where I had to put my speech together 45 minutes before I had to speak it perfectly with perfect intonation and everything. So I loved that like high.
Yeah, there's no time to even think about failing.
Yeah,
know?
like you just do it and you get in there, and I think that would be so fun. Yes, it would be exhausting, but it's gonna be new all the time, like, and it's just looks fun. Like, yeah, maybe you're exhausted, but you're probably gonna be exhausted in any job. And why would you like? What a great job to be, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I just think it would be so cool and a lot of hard work, but it's so good. Some seasons aren't as good as others.
It's gotten a lot better over the past 5 years.
Well, and it depends on who's in it. Like, kind of what's happening in pop culture helps too, because that's a lot of what they pull from. But even so, like, even if like Trump wasn't president, I just think all those people that are on the show are so talented.
Are you sick of that?
No, because they would do it for. No, because.
I'm just wondering. I don't know if you're like kind of sick of like Alec Baldwin playing Trump. Like you're seeing it every episode.
I'm sick of
like,
Trump. Like, as long as he is the president and people are making fun of him, like, that's what has to happen when you have crazy ass leaders.
That you say that, I have to show you a video, and honestly, it's pretty shocking. And like, if it's true, it's insane. Close your eyes real quick, because I don't want you to see what the headline is.
Is this it?
I'm about to show it in a second. But like, if this is true, like this, it's crazy.
Ooh,
she made me do copious amounts of cocaine with her. To the point I thought my heart was going to stop.
You can open it right now.
Oh.
She told me to calm down, gave me a drink. And I don't know what was in the drink, but I blacked out.
Is this Alex Jones?
Mm-mm.
And when I woke up, she had both my legs over her shoulders, and she was numb sucking my asshole like there was no tomorrow. I tried to fight it. I tried to get away, but I was restrained. She told me that I liked it. She told me not to worry because she used the good jelly, the SWICcess. So nobody's paid me to confess this now. And I've kept it under wraps for all these years because I knew that no one would believe me. No one would believe that Hillary Clinton ate my asshole.
Now, do you think that is what stopped her from winning? Or do you think maybe this was a play at like getting back at Bill Clinton? Do you think this was her way of retaliating?
I think if people knew that Hillary Clinton ate ass,
Numbsuckled,
she would have won. I don't think enough people knew about this story.
Pretty crazy. But it's pretty revealing and shocking that this video only has 2,000 views.
And 3 dislikes. Only 3 dislikes and 59 likes.
Yeah.
15 subscribers. Go subscribe to Mama Lord. Is that what that says?
Meme Lord.
Oh my god.
This was published in January, so this is relatively new. SWICcess.
The SWICcess. Yeah. That was another part of New York was awesome. Was all the accents and stuff. Mm-hmm. We toured iHeartRadio, and this girl, her name was Danielle something, I don't remember. But she said like, "Oh my god," and my grandpa, like, it was just so funny. And she's talking, and like I'm trying to emulate the accent. It was cute. A lot of people were like, it was awful, and I hated it. I'm like, no, it's cute. Like, I wish I sounded like that.
Because she used the good jelly.
Yeah.
The SWICcess.
The good jelly. Good for her. At least she used good jelly.
Where did you find? How the fuck, honestly, do you find this kind of shit?
I heard about the story, and I didn't think it was true. So I looked it up, and he made a video about it.
Bad picture. Who made a video? Who is this? That looks like Alex Jones.
I don't think it's Alex Jones.
It's not, but it looks like him.
but I was restrained.
Yeah, she restrained him.
I can't tell if he is mad about it or not.
No, I think he just wants to get the word out. He looks. I mean, do you think he's mentally ill?
No, I think that guy is probably coked up.
No, she made him do copious amounts. And a drink that she didn't even know what it was, but he went right to sleep. So she drugged him after doing a lot of coke with him, and then numbsuckled his asshole.
Listen, I told somebody that I should get a small shirt, but now I'm questioning if I should order a medium. It's for a part that I got. It's a film called The Waitress that's going to be shot here at SWIC, thanks to Jade Eubanks, I think is how you
Are you playing the waitress?
I'm playing a waitress, not the main chick. I'm the like fun friend. But she has to order, she's like, we have wardrobe. And I think a small should be fine, I hope.
Her shoulders, and she was numb sucking my ass.
I've never heard that term before.
I know.
Have you had...
Have
you numsuckled?
I'm gonna look that up and see what the actual definition is. That now, what would you do if you woke up and your legs were around Hillary Clinton? Numsuckle? Is that even a word?
If my legs were around Hillary Clinton.
I don't even know. I don't think this is like
unshackled, ramshackled, numlocked.
I think all those words could fit in what he said. She lamb-shocked my asshole. She numsuckled. She unshackled. She ramshackled. Oh, that's too good. No. Let me get this up.
Okay. Oh.
Ooh.
This is smart.
We all know that Marcella likes, Emmy Miller likes, like paranormal and weird and scary and suspensing stories. And I was at work. So what I do when I'm at work sometimes is that I get really bored and I have a computer in front of me, and I don't have that many websites I can go on because most of the time they're blocked. But Wikipedia is not. So what I do is I find like the most bizarre and weird things on Wikipedia. Like I will Google bizarre Wikipedia pages, and there's actually a bizarre Wikipedia page on Wikipedia. Yeah. But I found the top like 10 on a BuzzFeed article, and this was one of the articles. It was about the death of Chris Krimmers and Lassane Froon. They're from the Netherlands. So
It's probably Lisanne.
So these two girls in their 20s went to Panama on a 6-week vacation in 2014. They toured Panama for 2 weeks before arriving in Boquete on March 29th to live with a local family for a month while volunteering with children. On April 1st, they went hiking with their host dog around 11 o'clock near the clouded forest that surrounded the Baru volcano, possibly the trail in Pianista. Not far from where they were staying. They wrote on Facebook that they intended to walk this trail, so that's how they know that this happened.
Okay, how long ago was this?
2014. Yeah, in Panama. Now, I don't know if I would ever stay with a host family in Panama. I don't really know.
Not as two women, I would not. Not a stab at women, but women are targeted.
I don't. As a male, I would not do that. I don't. Is Panama like a bad area?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like if you don't know.
I don't know if people tour. Did people go there a lot to tour?
To Panama, like the.
Like to the country. Is it a country, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Panera.
I know. Like, do you?
It's called St. Louis Bradco. Country in Central America.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there has to be like a lot of drug trade or something. That's like the heart. It looks actually really nice. You look it up on Google.
Well, yeah, I feel like, because isn't that like how Mexico, or like not Mexico City, but the place where everybody goes to party. It starts with where do people go when they go to Mexico?
Puerto Rico?
No, when they go to Mexico.
Oh, Mexico, Cancun.
Yeah. Like, isn't that dangerous outside of the resort?
There was actually a shooting on the resort beach like last week.
Yeah, so I feel like in a lot of these countries, they have like all they have is tourism, and like their citizens probably aren't treated well, or in some cases they aren't. or they probably could have a better government. So like people go there and they're like touristy to go to a beach, but then and like that brings in a lot of money. So I'm sure that there's also drugs elsewhere.
I just Googled, is Panama safe? And it said travel warnings in America for Americans in Panama, but it looks more like because of like weather conditions. The roads in cities are usually well maintained and safe, although heavily congested, and many intersections do not have traffic lights.
Interesting.
Outside of the cities, road conditions are worse. Panama experience heavy rain.
Yes, I would just think that in a place where there's such a high tourist, because that's sex trafficking. Like,
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's what
too,
you have to worry
like especially
about.
if you're a young woman,
Yeah.
2 girls walking around the woods.
Yeah, and I feel like sex trafficking and like
Yeah.
high level drug trafficking probably goes hand in hand. So
Okay, so
they're walking their
they're
host
walking
dog,
on April 1st with their host dog.
and they posted about it on
In
Facebook.
the middle of Panama, yes. Their host became alarmed when their dog returned home that night without the young woman. Frun's parents stopped receiving text messages, which both women have been sending to their families daily. On the morning of April 2nd, Frun and Krummers missed an appointment with the local guide. On April 3rd, authorities began aerial searches of the forest, and local residents began searching. On April 6th, the parents of Krummers and Frun arrived in Panama along with police, dog units, and detectives from the Netherlands to conduct a full-scale search in the forest. For 10 days, the parents offered a $30,000 reward. 10 weeks later, a local woman turned in Frun's blue backpack, which she said she found in a rice paddy by a riverbank near the village of Alto Romero. What's a rice paddy?
Where is it at? I don't see it.
She found it in a rice paddy. Is that like a
paddy? I'm thinking P-A-T-T-Y, probably.
rice paddy?
Yeah, in like probably those blocks with
a field where rice is grown.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably in the water.
She said she was unsure it had not been there. She was sure it had not been there the day before. The backpack contained 2 pairs of sunglasses. U.S.
So it was like dumped.
Yeah, she said it wasn't there before.
Okay.
Well, that's her word. You
Yeah.
never know. You're
Yeah.
not looking for fucking backpacks on a rice farm.
Yeah.
The backpack contained 2 pairs of sunglasses, $83 in U.S. cash, Frun's passport, a water bottle, Frun's camera, 2 bras, and the woman's phone, all packed, dry, and in good condition. The woman's phone showed that for some hours after the start of the hike, someone had dialed 112, which is the emergency number in the Netherlands, and 911, the emergency number in Panama. The first distress call had been made just hours before the beginning of their hike, one from Krummer's iPhone at 16:39, which is 4:30, and shortly after that, one from the other girl's phone at 4:50. None of the calls had gone through due to lack of reception in the area, except for one 911 call attempt on April 3rd that lasted a little over a second before breaking up. After April 5th, Frun's battery her battery died just after 5 o'clock in the morning and was not used again. The other girl's iPhone would not make any more calls either, but was intermittently turned on the search for reception. On April 6th, multiple attempts of a false PIN code were entered on the iPhone and never received the correct code again. One report showed that between April 7th and 10th, there were 77 emergency calls attempts on her iPhone. On April 11th, the phone was turned on at 10:51 and was turned off for the last time at 11:50. And they have like a list of brackets on the Wikipedia page on how many times they called 911, or they couldn't figure out the right PIN.
Oh my God!
Now, this is when it gets weird. This one's weird. Frun's camera contained photos from April 1st suggesting that the women had taken a trail at the overlook of the Continental Divide and wandered into some wilderness hours before their first attempt to reach 911, but with no signals of anything unusual. On April 8th, 90 flash photos were taken between 1 a.m. and 4 a.m., apparently deep in the jungle and in near complete darkness. A few photos show that they were possibly near a river or a ravine. Some show a twig with plastic bags and candy wrappers on the top of a rock. Others show what looks like toilet paper and a mirror on another rock. And another shows the back of Khmer's head, which looks like blood on her temple. That'd be crazy. Imagine seeing all those 90 photos. Let me see if I can find some of these photos.
Oh, you probably can on the deep dark web.
No, I'm sure it's on Google.
Is this why would they be on Google?
I'm sure they're not like gruesome.
Yeah, but they're hella creepy.
Yeah. Panama.
You know what this sounds like to me? The movie Megan is Missing, which is sick and twisted, but I love it. Obviously, Megan goes missing.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
I don't want to look at it. I don't want to look at them. I don't want to look at
They're
them.
not weird.
No, because if these people are like dead, I don't.
I'm sure they are. I mean, so here's
Well, finish the story.
Here's like random photos. Like it just looks like if you were in the woods and you took a picture at night because you couldn't see what's in front of you. I think that's what would happen.
Yeah,
they
but
use their flash to
toilet
see.
paper and candy wrappers.
Like here's a random photo.
Yeah. Okay. Get back to the.
Photo.
Get back to the story.
Okay. Okay.
We can look at the photos in a minute.
Discovery of remains. The discovery of the backpack led to the new searches along the Colbury. I don't know what that is. Kremer's jean shorts, zipped and neatly folded, were found on top of a rock on the opposite bank of the tributary from where Froon's backpack had been discovered. And a few kilometers away.
Wait, what is that?
On the opposite side of where
the
backpack was found, they found her clothes.
Okay.
2 months later, closer to where the backpack was discovered, a pelvis and a boot with the foot still inside were found. Soon, at least 33 wildly scattered bones were discovered along the same riverbank. DNA tests confirmed these belonged to Froon's and Kremer's. Froon's bones still had some skin attached to them, but Kremer's bones appeared to have been bleached. Isn't that crazy?
And that's the end of the.
Yeah, I mean they don't know what happened. That's like, it's still an ongoing like mystery, and no one knows what happened to these girls.
And all this was found 10 months.
10
months.
weeks later.
Oh. So like 2.5 months later.
Yeah.
So 2.5 months after these
2
women
months
went
later,
missing, the
so 2
backpack
months
was found.
after, so it's like 10 weeks after they found the backpack. 2 months after that 10 weeks is when they found the pelvic bone and the boot with a foot still inside
So these girls go missing. 2.5 months go by, they found a backpack. 2 months later, they find shorts and bones.
Yeah.
On the opposite side of
they said
the bank.
33 widely scattered bones were discovered along the riverbank, so it might have been who knows how long.
Were all of the bones found? Do we know?
No, but DNA's test confirmed that they belonged to those two girls, and one of the girls still had skin attached to them, but other girls seemed to have been bleached.
Bleached?
Yeah, crazy.
Like, bleach for what? Google bleaching bones. I'm not kidding. Why do you bleach bones? Oh my god. The fucking what is it called? The people
bleach bones.
The
how to clean animal bones. I guess like you clean bones. Yeah, that makes sense because bleach is like super like kills all bacteria. That might make sense. Yeah, I'm sure they use that for like when you go into like a
Okay, so when you see bones, they're bleached
they're
usually.
cleaned.
So
yeah, whitening a skull. I guess if you're using it for like a museum or something. Pretty insane.
I can't wait for the CIA to come to SWIC and be like, why are people Googling bleaching bones? And we're going to have to be like, we're not trying to kill anybody.
Yeah, but they would also see that we searched a weird case.
That's fucking crazy.
I know.
I don't know what to think other than serial killer.
I don't know. Or like, do you think they could have fallen? I mean, they're on a hike I mean, think about it. I mean, if they're hiking on mountains in Panama on a cloudy day, could have said.
But their bones were scattered. If you die, your bones are not going to get scattered.
Unless you fell off a cliff into a river.
Your bones don't get bleached.
Yeah, that's the only part that's weird. Is
or
the
like
bones.
I want to know if they checked the riverbed before this was found, and if they did, and then they turn up months later. I feel like there's no way, even if they were in the river, that it would come up that long later. Like,
Yeah.
it would have shown up before or been swept away further down the river from where their shorts and their backpack was at. Unless somebody placed them there, or like maybe that's where somebody murdered them and then that's why they dumped. Oh, fuck, man. I don't know.
It's weird. I think they should make a movie about it, to be honest. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of room for creative, creepy, psycho, dark, creative work there. But I feel like you wouldn't be able to use their names because the families would probably be pissed unless you talk to them. But then I don't think anybody would want a direct recreation of their fucking daughters' murder.
They're both 22.
Oh my god, that's like next year.
That's like now. Let's look up more. Bizarre.
I have to pee.
Wikipedia. This is like so much fun. If you guys should do this. It's a lot of fun. If you just Google search bizarre Wikipedia pages, there's like a page of bizarre.
That are for adults only.
I read this one really crazy. We'll talk about one more if I can find the one.
Okay.
Yeah, these two girls.
Oh boy.
Okay, so these two, there were two twin sisters who only spoke to each other. They became criminals and were eventually sent to a psych ward for 11 years. One sister killed herself in order for the other one to start living a normal life.
That's weird.
Yeah, I read into it. Yeah, they wouldn't talk to anyone except for themselves. They made their own language. And then, like, one girl apparently sacrificed herself.
That's fucked up.
It's crazy.
What? Wow. I wonder if you could study their brains and if, like...
Yeah, I don't know.
That's weird.
You want to take a break?
Yes,
You need to
please.
take a break?
I really have to pee.
Well, then I'll play a song. Which song should I play?
One of your songs
My songs.
from your band, Mild Martian.
Yeah, that's true. I am okay. We'll talk about that real quick. I'm in a band called Mild Martian. I had a show. I said, Marcella, come to my show. And she said, okay. She brought this guy, and she didn't watch any of our show.
I did watch.
She sat in the back, like the back room, but away from the stage, and yeah.
I did watch a little bit of it. But when's your next show?
April 19th at Schlafly.
And I should be there.
That show is going to be recorded too.
Cool.
You put me on the spot now. I can't figure out what I want to play. We'll play a song called Fired Up by Modest Mouse because it has... I originally wanted this to be the intro to 410 and Fired Up because it kind of makes sense because they're both called Fire It Up. That's Marcella's song.
Yeah, it is.
It's funny. I found that because I was looking for a song to use in our intro, and I just Googled Marcella song, and the first one that came up was Marcella by the Beach Boys.
You know, I can't believe I never Googled that
I know.
myself.
It's really weird that, like, I've never even heard that song ever. Anyone ever talk about that song? I wonder if that was, like, an older, like, Beach Boys song that
Yeah.
no one wanted to listen to the old, I don't know. I don't know where my sports, like, intro thing is, but I cannot find it.
Oh, dude, come on.
I know. And it's usually in this playlist I have made for myself. And I have the news, and then I have the wisdom thing, and I have that. I don't know what one. But I'll talk about sports real quick, because I haven't talked about sports in a while. First off, Blues.
I heard that they were doing really, really bad. Like, people gave up on them, but then they came back.
No, like, they lost like 11 games in a row at one point. Yeah, and a crucial time when they needed to win games to still be in the playoff realm of even like making the wild card position. And I don't know.
So they're not in the playoffs.
There are 3 games left, and they are 1 point behind Colorado. So the Blues have 92 points. They have 93 points. If you win a game, you get 2 points. If you go to overtime, each team gets 1 point. Whoever wins that game gets the second point. So we are 1 point behind Colorado, and we have a game in hand though, which means that they have 80. So they have 2 games left, but we have 3 games left. So theoretically, we could, if we win the next 3 games, we'd be in automatically because we would automatically be 2 points ahead of them. So we'll see what happens. We play Chicago and St. Louis on Wednesday, and then we play Chicago in. I'm sorry, we play. Hold on, am I getting this right? Let me look it up. I know we have 2 games left of Chicago, and then 1 against Colorado. The last game of the season is with Colorado, so that could be the deciding game of the entire season. Is the last game of the season.
Oh boy.
Yeah. But the good news is that Chicago sucks ass this year.
Really?
Usually they're like, one of the best teams in the Central Division, but they're like 20 points out behind St. Louis right now. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You know what the problem was? This is what happened. The same thing happened to Detroit. They put all their money into their really good players. Patrick Kane, Jonathan Taves, Marion Hossa, and all those guys. And they didn't spend any money on their prospects. So once those guys got old, they had all their prospects were like shitty. So all their newer players are just not that great, and they can't keep up with all the other people who are in NHL, which has happened to Detroit, and that's why Detroit used to be really good, and now they suck because they spent all their money on that. So that's probably what's going to happen to Blackhawks for the next 10 years. Not 10 years, but like 5 years. So we have a game with Blackhawks tomorrow in St. Louis. Friday, we have a game against Blackhawks in Chicago. And then the last game of the season is in Colorado against a team that we have to beat to get into the playoffs. Yeah, pretty crazy.
And why has it been so rough for them this year?
Because they lost 11 games in a row. If they would have won 5 of those 11, then they would have been just fine.
But what went wrong?
I don't know.
What do you think?
Vladimir Tarasenko didn't perform as well as people think he should. He got a lot of heat for it.
Yeah, but you can't base a whole team off one person.
And I don't know. It's just they didn't look good. Honestly, they didn't look like they were better than any of their teams. I mean, none of those games were like, oh, they should have won that one. No, they definitely should have lost that game.
Is it due to coaching?
No,
it due to
I don't think so.
Strategy?
Okay, one thing that I think, this is my theory, I think Jake Allen is kind of a head case, and if he gets upset, it really affects him. And it affected him
He's the goalie, right?
The goalie, yeah, I'm sorry. It affected him, I think, for 5 games. And like if he lost one, he just got really upset, and then it just kind of spiraled down.
And you can't be that way if you play professional sports.
Yeah, especially being the number 1 goalie on the team. There's only 2 of you. Which brings me to another story that happened in Chicago. The Blackhawks have their number 1 goalie is Corey Crawford, who got hurt and potentially is probably out for the rest of the year or the rest of his life. He has a serious concussion, and this happened to a goalie a couple years ago, and that goalie had to leave the NHL.
Wow.
Yeah.
Concussion? How to get hit? How do you get a concussion with the helmet on?
I'm not sure how it happened.
I mean, I guess if your head knocks the helmet, well, yeah, stupid.
But he
question.
I mean, he's been out for a while. That's one reason why Blackhawks aren't that good, because they don't have their backup goalie. Last year was a guy named Darling, but he got traded to Carolina Hurricanes, and now he's the starting goalie there, and he was really good, and the Blackhawks let him go, and now they don't have a second backup goalie that's worth anything, and then their backup goalie is their first goalie, and then their backup's backup is the second. Well, their backup goalie got hurt one game, and then during the warm-ups during a game day, the backup's backup got hurt. So when that happens, always there's an emergency goalie, which is usually a guy who's from like Chicago, lives in Chicago, and like just plays hockey like at a beer league, and that knows the team, and they use him just in case. And that never happens. Like that's very rare that they would lose 3 goalies, and they have to use an emergency goalie. Like I know the guy who's with the Blues. There's a couple guys, but I know like they'll play hockey at like the University of Illinois or something. Not on the NHL level, just on a regular college level. Well, they had to use the emergency goalie that game. Yeah, he came in the I know what he didn't get hurt. And hold on, I got to my story messed up. Corey Crawford is hurt. He's not in, so they used the backup. The backup got hurt during warm-ups. And their second string got hurt during the third period of the game. There's only 14 minutes left, so they had to bring in the emergency goalie, who's the guy who's probably sitting at the very top of the stadium, got a free meal, and just sitting there eating. Never thought I'd ever see the day of playing and he brought it in.
Holy shit!
And he made all 7 saves, and they won the game.
Wow.
And he was like seen as a hero. I was like, yeah, which is crazy. I'm not sure what they're doing now. I don't know who's in goal right now for Blackhawks. It's not that guy. He's not going to be finishing out the season.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They're hurting.
Wow.
Yeah. Which is
somebody cursed them for all their goalies to just. That's insane.
Yeah, they are last in the Central Division with 74 points, and the Blues have 92 points.
Wow.
The first place is the Predators, which they have 113. They'll probably win Stanley Cup.
And so, what the top 4 go to?
Yeah, the way it works is
2 of them will play. Does the Central Division play each other, and then?
Yeah, hold on. Let me go on their website because I got to see it in front of me to explain it.
Okay.
It's hard. It's kind of weird. It's weird that they use points and not just going off wins and losses. Let me go to the standings. Here's the wild card standings. So, top 3 teams from the Central Division. There's 4 divisions: Central Division, Pacific, Metropolitan, and Atlantic. So the top 3 for sure will be Nashville, Winnipeg, and Minnesota. And then they choose 2 teams from the Central and Pacific put together. The last 2 teams from those 2 divisions put together makes up the Western Division, the Western Conference. So the top 2 teams right now are Anaheim and Colorado. Anaheim have 95 points. Colorado has 93. We have 92. We're just out of it. We're 1 point out. But Colorado, we have a game in hand. Like I said, they have 80 games left. Or they have 2 games left. We have 3 games left. So if we win 2 of those, we would definitely be in them. So hopefully they lose the rest of their games.
Yeah.
And Chicago is 22
Not
points
gonna
out.
make it.
Yeah, well out of it.
Wow.
So that's good for the Blues, but also like kind of I don't know. Yeah. So that's the Blues, and then the Cardinals season started this week.
Wow.
The first game was last Thursday, I think.
Are they gonna be good?
I don't know. I thought they were going to be, but they lost their first two games, and then they won their game yesterday, and they play at 6 o'clock today. They just started a half hour ago, so I don't know. We'll see how they do. I love going to Cardinals games.
I'm excited. Like, I want to go
Now
to
you can
sports
drink at
games because
them.
I can drink.
Yeah, I would take you to a Blues game, but they're expensive as hell right now.
Really?
Oh yeah, I'll look and see
I
what
guess.
prices are for tomorrow's game, especially because it's against the Blackhawks. So you already know that you're going to be super expensive just because of that. I did go to the my girlfriend had tickets to the. Hold on, let me start this over. I was going to buy tickets for me and my buddy to go to the Sharks game, which was last week's Blues game, but they were kind of expensive. I said never mind. I came home and my girlfriend was like, "Hey, I have tickets my boss gave me for the Sharks game tonight."
Cool.
And I was like, "Awesome." That's awesome. They were like 11th row from the ice.
Ooh.
Yeah, they were like the most amazing seats, and they won that game in overtime. Oh my god, it was like one of the coolest games I've ever been to in my life. And I haven't been to that many games this year, but
That's cool. That's what a perfect coincidence. That
I know. It's I don't know how it happened to be like that.
That's amazing.
But
oh fuck, I would not.
$63, which is actually not that bad, but you're probably sitting nosebleeds. Usually though, if it's in the mid-season, you can get them for like $10.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like,
and I bought tickets for like $10 before. But I mean, if you want to go to the conference finals, you can, my buddy bought me tickets
$1,000.
3 or 2 years ago for the like last round before you're in the final 4, and they were like $500 ticket. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Nuts, and they lost that game. Brutal. They got murdered.
That's gross. Okay, so that's a Stanley Cup Finals. So you just if you buy that now, assuming that they're gonna be there,
you're praying that they make it to there, because you're spending $1,000.
Do you get your money back?
I don't know.
I feel like you have to.
I don't know. I mean, maybe if you buy them from a third-party site like I'm on right now, probably not. But if you buy them from the actual Scott Trade Center, you probably would.
Then why is that even an option? There can't be a way that somebody is.
I don't know. And the only reason why these people have tickets are probably because they're season ticket holders.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would not pay that.
Yeah, that's insane.
But, if you want to go to the Cardinal game, let's look right now. You can go to the Cardinal game for $4. This game is for $4. You can buy tickets for $4.
Wow.
You're probably like way, way high, which is fine by me.
That's funny.
$4.
That's cheaper than a beer.
$4. Actually, here's something cool. I think it's only before the games and after the games, but there's a bar at Busch Stadium that serves $5 draft beers, which is like unheard of because usually it's like $13 for a draft beer.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah. So $5 for a draft beer.
Draft is when it comes out of the thing that they pull.
Yep.
And that's better than in a glass? Why? Like in a can or something?
Some people like to have like when you pour beer, they have a head. Do you know what the head of of beer is? The foam at the top.
Oh.
A lot of people like that, and like a lot of people like a certain amount, and it's like
Ew.
It's a lot of.
That sounds annoying.
It's more
If
for
someone's
craft beer.
Like, I want like half foam.
And some
with,
people like if you go to a bar,
know.
they'll pour the beer and then they'll take like a knife and scrape it so it's perfectly straight and stuff.
Yeah, I've seen that in
Which
like movies.
I don't care about. Usually craft beer is maybe colder because it's coming from a tap. And
I feel like if you are needing your foam perfect and sliced, you've got some fucking other shit that you think.
I know.
You like sort out your priorities. That's insane to me.
Why is beer better on draft? Just
Probably a richer flavor, which
I don't
almost
know,
all beer tastes the
but-
same to me. I'd like Strongbow though, but that's like cider, right? That's not like beer.
it's cider. But Strongbow is good cider.
It's good.
Some places though have shitty draft. Like some bars I go to, just one bar that I go to for the pool table because it's a really nice pool table. I know, because sometimes I'll play pool, but like some pool tables are like you can tell they're a little smaller, and they're cheaper. But this one bar in Council has a really awesome pool table, but their draft beer sucks.
Oh,
Like their draft beer is not that cold. Sometimes it's lukewarm. I can tell they don't clean the lines, and so places like that I would definitely get a bottle. But some places have really awesome, like the iTap has like 100 beers on tap in St. Louis. That place is awesome.
God, wow.
Yeah, Flying Saucer also has like hundreds of beers on tap, but most of them are craft beers. So I don't know. There's a lot going into it. You gotta know what kind of beer you like.
Yeah.
What kind do you like? Do you like drinking Bud Light or Budweiser?
I don't
Or
think
Busch?
I've had either.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like it.
I wouldn't know. I mean, we just ate at it's called Gorilla Street Food. It used to be like a food truck.
Oh yeah, Gorilla. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've had the food truck before.
And then Taylor ordered us. He was like, "Do you want a beer?" Yeah, sure, why not? So
What was it? Do you even know what it was?
I don't know what it was. No, I don't.
Was it good?
No.
Yeah, I'm probably not.
I drank some of it.
It's good.
But I couldn't finish
you
it.
have to I didn't like it, and then
couldn't
one
finish
day all of a sudden I God, a beer sounds good right now. And now I'm like, yeah, a beer sounds great.
Yeah, some people
Cold
drink it
beer.
like water,
Yeah, I mean,
which I don't get. I don't like the flavor that much.
yeah, I'm telling you, but you will just one day like it. But you can get ciders. I understand if you like ciders, especially Strongbow or
Real
like
good.
Smith and Forge. It's kind of a cheaper cider, but I really like Smith and Forge. I don't like Angry Orchard that much. I don't like
why not?
Reds. I can't do Reds. It's too sweet. I think maybe because I got sick. I'm drinking a lot of Reds.
Yeah, I've had a Reds.
Or have you had Mike's Hard?
Yeah, of
Or
course.
Mike's Harder? Have you had Mike's Harder?
I don't. Maybe.
Mike's Hard also came out with like this vodka drink line. So they make vodka cranberry drinks now, or like
wow.
screwdrivers, and it's pretty cool. I never had it, but it looks cool.
I hate orange juice.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
When I used to go out, like to a nightclub, I would get screwdrivers and drink screwdrivers all night. Get so drunk off screwdrivers.
You know, I just pictured you with a screwdriver. It's got a straw, like 3 ice cubes. You're wearing like a purple shirt with a popped collar and
Yeah.
like a weird.
Frat boy. That
It was
sounds like a frat
weird.
boy.
Yeah. You got some Sperry's on and some khaki
Some
shorts.
boat shoes. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah.
Hair
That could have been me.
perfectly
Let me hear a really funny story. I was at Atomic Cowboy. Have you ever been there before?
Of course.
It's on the Grove.
Me and all my friends go there all the time.
It's kind of like, I don't know if you want to consider it a club, but on the weekends, like there's a bar area, but in the back, everyone's dancing, and there's a DJ, and
Cool,
it's
cool,
awesome. Sweaty as fuck. All right?
how I like
I was
it.
there. This was like not too long ago. This was probably I think it was a Friday night, but I think it was like during a time where everyone who was like in St. Louis was like probably at school, so it wasn't that busy. There's
Makes
probably
sense.
it's not as busy as summer nights when you're there. Like it's
Oh.
crowded as fuck. And this me and my girlfriend and one of my best friends and his girlfriend was sitting there just eating and like drinking, not dancing, not going crazy or anything. We were having a good time. And then we saw like this really awkward guy who's probably like a freshman in like college, and he doesn't know how to talk to girls yet, but he has the pop collar and he has shorts on
No.
and Sperry's. Exactly what you just
Stop.
literally what you just said. And I was like, oh, I kind of feel bad for that guy. And then this girl came up to me and they started talking, and then I noticed this thing. She had like this white tail coming out of her pants, and I realized that this girl had like a
But
how do I say
tail.
a 2 yards of toilet paper coming out of her pants and down her leg and like down to like where your knee is in the back of your knee.
No, wait.
Swear to God.
I thought you were gonna say like a butt plug tail because people do that.
No,
like out of a skirt, but she's wearing a skirt or like some dress.
No, it's coming out of her pants, like literally like the pants I wearing right now.
Pants.
And it's coming out of her pants and then down her leg. She had a tail, and for like an hour and a half we just sat there and we stared at this woman. And then she was like, "Yeah, woo," and like dancing, shaking her ass, and the tail going back and forth.
Was she with friends?
Yeah, I don't know.
She was,
but she was like talking to this guy the whole time, and like no one around said anything.
Oh my God.
She even went into the bathroom and came out of the bathroom and was still there.
That's embarrassing. Maybe it was like hazing. Well, no, because you said like.
No. Yeah, I don't think that. What kind of haze is that?
I don't know. Just like embarrass yourself, but pretend like you don't know what's going on.
Like when she got home, do you think she like was like, "Oh no"?
How long has that been there?
For the
and
past
she was like
5 hours.
She's like, "Nah, probably just like right before I left."
No, bitch. It was.
Oh my God.
I mean, it was like from at least 9 to 11:30 when I was there.
Oh my
at
God.
least until then.
No.
Yeah, I swear. I'll never forget that.
Every 20 minutes you look over, you're like, she's still got that.
Yeah, I'd be like, dude, there it
toilet
is.
paper.
There it is.
Wow.
And like we talked about it as a group for at least an hour, and we still talk about it today.
That's
I still bring it up. Like, remember,
funny.
like, bitch, you had that toilet paper coming out of her ass for like 2 hours at least.
I wonder how many other people also talk about that toilet paper girl.
I wonder if that guy took her home, like the douche guy. That I don't know if he was a douche or not, but he was wearing the frat boy look.
Yeah.
And he's talking to this girl. I wonder if he took her home. You think that's a deal breaker when they got home? And he's like, baby. He started kissing, and she gets on top of him, and he puts his hand down near her ass, and he's like, what is this? What do I got here? And he looks at it, and he's like, what the fuck? You think he says something, or you think he just tears it off and throws it away and doesn't even bring it up?
Depends on if he's a virgin or not, probably. Or if how horny he is. I think he probably wouldn't care, honestly.
What if like the girl...
He saved it. He
Do you
smells
think
it every
the girl
night.
felt something? Like she's like, "Ooh, what was that?" And she in her head was like, "That's that toilet paper from like 7:30."
No, but I wonder how. I want to know how she found out.
Do you think that's the most embarrassing thing that could happen?
That would be a funny skit, man?
I know.
Let's write it. Let's write it.
I know.
And it's not even exaggerated. That's the
If that
truth.
happened to you, like that whole situation happened to you, maybe you don't go home with the guy, but when you get like to a place where you realize that that's happening, like toilet paper's out of your ass, would you be like, what would you do?
Go the fuck home.
Like immediately?
Immediately.
Like don't even say bye.
I would probably never return to
You just
that place.
vanish?
Yes.
An Irish goodbye. That's what you do.
No, I would get out of there. Yeah. 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 No, I can't imagine. And I don't get embarrassed that easily, but if it had been... And so maybe if I didn't know how long it was. But if I feel like she removes it and she'd be like, that's what that feeling was. I thought that was my tag and my skirt. And then
It wasn't a
she's like,
skirt
"Oh my
though.
God."
She was wearing pants.
Oh, that's right. You did say pants. Okay, so my tag and my pants, whatever.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I thought that was my tag. And you're like, then for sure that was there for a long time. I'd be out. But if I had no idea, maybe I'd be like, oh,
If your friends knew about it and they didn't say anything to you, would you be mad at them?
I would not be friends with those people.
Ever.
You can't trust people like that. That's horrible. No, why would you want to be friends with somebody like that? I mean, yes, it's funny, and I feel like I don't know.
It's hilarious.
Maybe it depends on the kind of person she is. If she loves pranks, maybe she wouldn't mind the fact that nobody told her and they laugh, and she's like, "I'll get you
my
bitches
God.
next time," and then
Yeah.
maybe she did.
Got me.
But
Okay, take yourself in this situation, okay, real quick. So you're at the club. Having a good time. Have a couple. Raise the roof. You meet some guy he seems like a good guy, not a douchebag. He's dancing with it, and all of a sudden you realize you feel toilet paper right now in the middle of the dance floor. Okay.
okay,
What do? Like, there's a lot of people around you, so do you just leave it there?
I would be dancing, and I would grab it from behind, and I would ball it up and put it in my pocket or down my pants, by my hip. so it doesn't feel like I have a penis, and there's not a weird lump on my ass. It's by my hip, and then I wait until I can go to the bathroom to throw it away.
That's funny.
I felt it, but then what's hard is like, and you're probably elbowing people.
Yeah, because I mean, like, it's like shoulder to shoulder right now.
Yeah, so maybe you can't. Or you know what I would do? Maybe you would get it out and then try to kick it away. Like,
but when you get stuck to your foot, you know, like like a dumb sitcom sort of thing.
I don't know.
And then someone saw this whole thing, like, that bitch had toilet paper in her ass, and then she took it and went to her foot, and she walked around all night with.
And then you write a skit about it, and then it's a viral video, and then she's like, "Oh my god, I thought nobody knew." And she realizes.
The best thing is that at the end of the skit, you can say, "Based on true events."
Yeah.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
That is so funny.
Now, do you want to end the podcast, or do you want to talk about movies?
How long has it been?
Oh, I don't know.
It's been a hot minute. We did 4:10 till like 1:30 before, or hour 30.
Let's just do movies real quick, and then we'll.
Okay, I've been seeing new movies.
Okay, what have you seen?
Thanks to Taylor. In Bruges, Grand Budapest Hotel.
In Bruges. Okay.
Do you know what I'm talking about? With Ralph Fiennes.
What movie?
Colin Farrell.
In Bruges?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that movie because in Austin Powers, Dr. Evil's like, "I'm from Bruges." He brings that up. I'm in Bruges, and they say that, and that's why I know what that movie is, because it's Austin Powers.
But have you seen the movie?
No.
Okay.
I know what it is.
Okay. We watched Coco.
How was that? I heard it was really dark.
No, it's not dark. It's.
Because Alyssa's mom was like, "I can't show that to kids because it's kind of dark."
I mean, no, it's not dark. It has some moments, I guess, but it's real. It's life, and I think that kids can handle stuff, especially if it's being presented to them with fun colors and everything. Like, I don't think that's a good way to introduce kids to
I have a buddy
dark
who's like
things.
in love with it. Like, he wants to get the tattoo of the skeleton guy.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really awesome.
Then you see it.
It was
For a guy who worked at Disney, I haven't seen Coco. I haven't seen Finding Dory. I haven't seen any of the new Pixar. I need to.
Wow. Yeah, it was good. The lighting, like, it's just crazy that you're watching an animated movie. Like, the lighting was beautiful. The colors were fucking phenomenal.
I watched a TED Talk about one of the animators at Disney who was a lighting specialist, like sun lighting specialist for Finding Dory or Finding Nemo, and she talked about how she had to animate rays of sun coming through water, which is like, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, all of it is
fascinating.
Fucking fake, and it's just people drew that or like somehow created that. Yeah, it's bananas. It's incredible. And we watched Grand Budapest Hotel.
Wes Anderson?
Yes.
I heard that was good.
It was beautiful. There was like some like dialogue that I missed, so I didn't hear like everything, but like the jokes were pretty funny. Ralph Fiennes is a brilliant actor. He played Voldemort. He's brilliant. Adrian Brody's in it, whom I love to death. He's one of my favorite actors. The Pianist is one of my favorite movies. Saoirse Ronan was in it. A lot of people were in it. Jeff Goldblum was in it.
I know of it, and I know about that Fox movie he did.
Yeah, I have Fantastic Mr. Fox.
I heard that's a fucking awesome movie.
Which I heard that too, but I haven't watched it.
Yeah.
And he mentioned that too.
Any other movies you saw?
Not that I can remember.
I'm trying to think. Did I see something recently? I've been watching a lot of RuPaul Drag Race.
Really?
Yeah, I love that show.
What channel is it on? Because
it's on VH1.
Oh, okay.
It's on every Thursday night.
I want to watch it.
My buddy in Dallas, we both like that show a lot. His girlfriend, his wife now showed him that. He loves it, and then I love it. We go to drag shows. Like, we love going to drag shows and stuff.
I've always wanted to go to a drag show.
Go to Attitudes right next to the Time of Cowboy in the Grove. Every Friday and Saturday night they have drag shows.
Yeah, I'm gonna go by myself.
I would. And so we are in a fantasy RuPaul's Drag Race league. So every week we vote on we vote on the top 3 queens who we think will win, and then there's like a grading scale on how it works. And like me, Alyssa, Alex, his wife, her roommate, or their roommate, and then her best friend, and then her sister are in this league.
Oh my god.
Yeah, hold on. Let me tell you what the rules are real quick, because I wondered how the craziest part is that there's like a person who has to go in, watch the episode, and then put the grading scale into like himself manually about who won. But there's a bunch of different. Oh, my phone's on airplane mode. Hold on.
Wow.
The grading scale is like intense, and it like seems like a fantasy football league, but it's
that made it worse.
Oh man. So yeah, RuPaul's Drag Race season 10.
Just for everybody's visual, Weston looks like he's trying to get service right now, like people used to do with like old razor phones and stuff. But it's just to prevent that feedback sound.
Okay.
But it looks like he's looking for
Challenge
service.
if you pick the
That's
queen.
funny.
Mini challenge, you get 5 points for your queen winning the mini challenge. If your queen wins the main challenge, you get 25 points. The first main challenge win of the season gets 30 points. Surviving the week, you just get 5 points. Lip syncs. So the way it works is if the bottom 2 of the week, about to get kicked off, have to lip sync for their life. What she says. RuPaul's like, you have to lip sync for your life. Okay.
Okay.
And then, so they lip sync to a song.
Which I've seen clips of people doing.
Yeah. And then one goes home. So if you win the lip sync battle, your queen gets 10 points. If your wig falls off during the lip sync battle, you lose 10 points. If you cry in the workroom or confessional booth, plus 2 points. Crying on the main stage in front of the judges or anywhere else in front of Ru, 5 points.
Oh my god.
Being a member of a clique is 10 points. And on the runway, being in the top 10, you get 10 points. Being in the bottom, you get 10 points taken away.
Oh my god.
So someone has to go in and do all this manually. So they have to blog who cried on the runway, whose wig fell off, and stuff like that. So it takes like after the week, it takes like 3 days for you to find out what your results are. As of right now, I am in 5th place out of 7.
Oh.
That's 46 points.
Who's in first?
My buddy's wife's sister with 81 points.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I love that. That's
So that's
awesome.
That's what I've been watching. And then I swear I saw a movie recently. Let me think.
Okay.
I was just thinking about it today. I got it from Redbox. I've been wanting to watch it. Oh, The Big Sick.
Was it good?
It was amazing. I cried at the end.
Yeah, I want to watch that too.
That was amazing. Like the directing was amazing. Bo Burnham's in it.
Really?
Yeah. Have you seen
The Chris Rock special that he directed?
Yeah, which I didn't see it, but looked amazing.
I watched it, and a lot of people were mad about it because and I also watched Ricky Gervais's one, which a lot of people were also mad at, because everybody's still a social justice warrior and you can't say anything. And Ricky made a really good point. He's like, the joke about the thing is not as bad as the thing itself, and it's not even pro the thing. It can be completely anti the thing, and it's okay to laugh about it because we have to laugh about stuff that's bad. That made me think of, like, I think that's brilliant because I agree with that. And Chris Rock did some jokes. He said something about how, like, he wanted to see white mothers crying because their children were something.
Yeah.
You know, it was something
But
he was
Chris
talking
Rock
about.
Is like that. Like, did you see it when he was on SNL with Dave Chappelle?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't know why people are surprised.
Was
And
it
I
funny?
mean, yeah, it was funny.
Can you tell that Bo Burnham directed it? Was the lighting like
A
extravagant?
little bit, yeah, it looked nice.
Yeah.
And Bo Burnham, actually, when he, like, that's the reason I found out about it, because I follow him on Instagram and he posted about it. He said he thought it was Chris Rock's best work, which I don't know all of Chris Rock's best work.
Yeah.
It wasn't my favorite stand-up special ever.
He hasn't done a special in a long time.
Yeah, but it was good.
Have you heard about his movie 8th Grade?
Bo Burnham's, I have.
Yeah, it has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes and it comes out in July.
100%?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm so happy
It did
for
like
him.
a couple days ago.
That's amazing because I love Bo Burnham and he's been working hard for a long time.
Oh yeah.
And he's somebody who's worth it.
He's great.
He's so good.
It premiered on Sundance and got a lot of good reviews.
Oh really?
100%.
100%.
Rotten Tomatoes.
7.3 out of 10 on IMDb.
84% critics. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't really even know if it's like a comedy for real.
It says Comedy. 8th grade, 2018. Comedy.
Comedy drama.
1 hour 34. A dramedy.
I'm excited.
Kayla is a 13-year-old who must endure the tidal wave of contemporary suburban adolescence as she makes her way through her last week of middle school and the end of one disastrous year of 8th grade. Which I think is funny because I feel like he started getting into comedy around that time, or at least that's what I remember. He looked like a kid, or at least like a high school kid when he was posting videos on YouTube.
How old is Bo Burnham?
Probably like 27.
27. Look at you. So 1990. Yeah. He got famous.
He's hot too.
In 2006, which was, how old would you have been? 16. So, yeah, 8th grade.
Yeah, so that was fresh on his mind. So he probably has a lot of material that he wrote about that he never like performed in his stand-up and stuff. I'm sure it's gonna be good. He's brilliant.
Yeah, he was really good. He wasn't like a big role in The Big Sick, but he played like a friend of a comedy. Like he was like a guy who does stand-up meets a girl, and he was his friend who does stand-up with him.
Yeah, he was also one of like 4 friends. Or like 5 or something in the movie where Kate McKinnon's got an Australian accent and they kill and Zoe Kravitz is in it, and that there's like a guy murdered and they gotta like hide the body.
Rough Night?
Yes, he was in that too as like a friend.
I didn't see it, but it just says it right here.
Yeah.
He was in Hall Pass also. He was in Funny People. Have you seen Funny People?
I have not.
Judd Apatow movie. It's good. Really good. It's not really funny, but it's just a good movie. So real quick, here's a list of movies coming out this year that are very anticipated. Super Troopers 2, which I told you about. Avengers Infinity War. I don't really give a fuck about that movie. Overboard, which is a remake of the older movie with Patrick Swayze and someone else.
Don't know about it.
Anna Faris is now playing. The roles are reversed. In the original movie, a guy got hurt on a cruise ship, didn't have any memory, and this woman told him that they were married so then she could be rich. And now the roles are reversed with Anna Faris and a guy. I don't really... Stupid. Deadpool. Oh, wait. No, maybe. Hold on. I think in Overboard, the girl was hurt, and then he told her that they were married. And now Anna Faris, the roles are reversed. I got it. Deadpool 2 comes out on my birthday. I'm excited for that one.
I haven't seen the first one.
A Star Wars story about Han Solo.
Oh, wow.
Cool. Ocean's 8.
With women.
I don't know. Is Melissa McCarthy in it? I feel like it's going to be her and, like, Kate McKinnon and...
No, I don't think. I don't know. Maybe.
Sandra Bullock.
Kate McKinnon might be in it.
Incredible.
You hate women remakes.
I don't hate women. No. What?
Sounds like it.
No, I don't.
Didn't you not like Ghostbusters either?
I didn't see Ghostbusters.
Oh.
Did you see Ghostbusters?
No.
I didn't. I don't.
I've never seen it.
I just because the original's like really fun. I don't think it's gonna be any better than Bill Murray's. And
Incredibles 2.
Incredibles 2. I
won't see that in theaters, but I might watch it with my nephew at some point.
Superfly. I don't know what that is. No idea what that is. Is that a superhero? Jurassic World 2.
Which I never have seen. I don't see those.
Purge movie. I don't care about
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man was really good.
There's another Purge?
Yeah.
Fucking get over with the Purges.
It's boring. Mamma Mia.
With Cher. Cher's in that.
My parents saw Cher last year in St. Louis.
A Goosebumps movie.
I saw the other Goosebumps movie that came out recently.
Ooh, Fantastic Beasts.
Halloween, another Halloween.
Oh.
The Grinch. Do you know they're remaking The Grinch?
Why? We're done. We don't need any more of the fucking Grinch. Who is asking for it? 0 people. If you are, fuck off, because no.
Wreck-It Ralph 2, which the first one was amazing. Aquaman. Okay.
Ooh, with really hot, whatever his name is.
Bumblebee, the movie. Is that about Transformers? Bumblebee, you think?
Maybe, probably.
And then Mary Poppins Returns on Christmas Day.
Who
plays Mary?
Emily Blunt, who's married to John Krasinski, and they just did a movie together called A Quiet Place, which I want to see. It looks good.
I want to see that bad.
It looks good.
It's out right now.
And I love John Krasinski.
Johnny. Let me see if that. Have you been to the new theater yet? Have you been to the theater in a while?
No. What new theater?
In O'Fallon.
No, I don't live near this area.
You redid it.
Why would I be over there?
Where would you go see a movie in
Edwardsville or my theater?
It's got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he had cast. She was on. I think Jimmy Fallon or somebody said that he cast somebody else. And then she read the script and she's like, you better put me in your movie, man.
And so he did that just out of pity because it's his wife.
No, not out of pity, but I don't think she wanted to be in it at first or something. But then she read the script and she loved it. So she wanted to be in it.
Oh. Okay. I think we're done. I'm calling it.
Calling it a cast?
Okay, so we will eventually make a social media pages about Undeclared SWICcess, but you can find it on Marcella's website, which is
Not up right now because I'm a poor bitch.
not up right now because she's a poor bitch.
Just YouTube Undeclared SWICcess, and I'll put it up on YouTube.
That's true. Yeah, that's easy.
Probably on our 410
And then
channel.
you can follow my band on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook. Mild Martian. We have a show on April 19th at Schlafly Tap Room, which is gonna be a lot of fun.
Is it just at Mild Martian on Instagram?
Yeah. If you Google Mild Martian, it's probably the first thing that comes up. I'll do it now and see what happens.
MILD space MARTIAN. Enter.
First thing is Bronze Stars, which is our EP that was released last year. So yes. Yep.
I didn't. Oh, you didn't tell me about that.
Yeah,
I don't think. Oh, cool. I love that that's the second photo that comes up.
Yeah, if you look on images on Google, the second photo is the cover of the album. Yeah. So,
Cool.
good podcast.
I, real quick, worked on a Budweiser commercial, and I got paid to do it.
How much?
$200 a day for 3 days.
Hey.
Yeah.
How was it?
Cool. Fun. I met cool people.
Anyone famous?
No, but I heard some British accents. That was fun.
Oh.
It's quite.
Hello, Governor.
It's quite a good time. Yeah, they.
Was August there?
August. Who?
August Bush?
August Bush. I don't know. No, we.
He's crazy. You wouldn't have seen him.
Oh. I was just about to divulge some information that I'm not allowed to.
Well, thank
To
God I
divulge.
talked about something else.
Yeah.
We better stop recording then.
We better. It's
right.
been a long time.
It's been hour
and a half.
Goodbye.